As far as I can tell, this is the first scene ever filmed by my great-uncle Bob McGowan, and it is the one that seems most staged for the camera.
This is in front of Uncle Bob McGowan's grocery store on Main Street. Well, that might be my cousin Corwin Pier in the center.
The scene following this on film is clearly the last day of school and community picnic, so I think this might be earlier the same day, May 21st, 1937, or at least the same week.
Look at that car.
Some of the students at Renwick High School would go to the store during their lunch hour to buy candy.
It is interesting that all the boys identified here were sophomores and juniors at Renwick High School, whereas the scene at the picnic shows mostly girls of that age. Since the class sizes were small, this is probably most of the boys in the classes of 1938 and 1939. Lack of seniors also points to this being the last day, as the graduation ceremonies were the previous evening.
Well, I think the one on the left is a Stupka, and the one in the middle is an Ameson.
Edward Stupka matches the age, and the Ameson might be one of the twins, Donald or Dwayne.
I think my aunt and uncle, who had no children, were very generous with them, and the candy counter was at the front of the store. Of course, you could buy candy for a penny. That could be Norman Helmke in the tie on the left.
Huntley, the one in the center in the white shirt.
Richard Huntley was the right age.
I think a Siemens was in there, too.
Joe Lane says that might be Albert Siemens on the right.
2 Siemens were in my class.
Ken Block says Robert Sturtevant might be in this scene.
Aunt Lil and Uncle Bob lived above the store. It was just a single storefront. About half of the items in the store were on the shelves in the front and half in the big refrigerator in the back. I worked as a runner in high school to retrieve the items people asked for. The store was next door to my dad's dental office, which was also where we lived.
There's Dick Elmer. He had the little grocery store across the street from the dental office, and he was mayor for a while.
In the top left of the scene, it looks like you can see the base of the water tower. It is still in the same location today. Dick Elmer was mayor of Renwick from about 1931 to 1940. When I was a kid visiting Grandpa and Grandma, we always played a game of who could see the water tower first, and I find myself still looking for it today. Though in addition to seeing my grandparents, until Grandpa retired, it also meant going to the dentist. I enjoyed my visits much more after that. Mom says this might be a Stoddard or Carol Potter.
There looks like Dick Elmer, and the other person might have been Charlie Walker, who had the hardware store next to him.